Allegedly, Bonang owes Sars 7 million rands. The South African Revenue Service has threatened to seize the assets of media personality Bonang Matheba over more than 7 million rands in alleged unpaid income tax. There was also a report that stated in South Africa there have been cases where taxpayers felt Sars was aggressive. Now, on my personal opinion, I think that is very true, especially black South African individuals. Now, for my viewers, my listeners, I do want to get in full context of my videos, not just coming with problems, but offering possible solutions to the problem. Now, we are going to dive a little bit deeper on what tax is, what is SARS, what is tax about, and as a taxpayer, what are your do you have rights as a taxpayer? We also know that Mamkhize has faced significant well-documented tax issues with South African Revenue Service, where they indicated that she owed over 37 million rands in unpaid taxes. And the scandal broke where SARS secured a warrant and raided her home, seizing luxury cars and other assets that belongs to Mamkhize. Like, when you're looking at this matter, it's like very deep and saddening at the same time, because it seems like as a black person, as soon as you are successful and stuff, it's like now here comes these unpaid taxes, these piled up unpaid taxes. And when I say piled up unpaid taxes, guys, is that when SARS comes for you, they don't come for small change. They're not coming for like 4 figures, no. They're coming for like 5, 6 figures, Like, how do you own 7 million rands? That's a lot of money. I do feel sad for South African taxpayers, because I'm saying South African taxpayers on purpose, because in other countries they protect their taxpayers. If you're a foreign national in other countries, you have to pay. You have to contribute something that is positive and uplifting to the economic welfare of that country. But in South Africa, I feel like taxpayers, they have to pay for things that they are not even liable for. Now, we're going to read what taxpayers' money do, what taxpayers' money fund. Now, let's quickly look at this. And on the last part of the video, we are also going to be talking about the possible taxpayers' rights. What rights do you have as a taxpayer? Now, for someone, guys, let me just read it for you. So, taxpayers' money fund essential services and infrastructure in the country like South Africa. Now, when we're talking about infrastructure, guys, we're talking about roads, bridges, public transport, water, and sanitation. That is not used by South Africans alone, if we're being honest. There are a lot of foreign nationals here in South Africa. There are a lot of undocumented foreigners who live here in South Africa and they don't pay tax. That is why I say that I do feel like, this whole tax thing, this whole SARS thing is unfair. And it's unfair to taxpayers because they are not paying just to benefit themselves. They're paying to benefit hundreds and thousands and millions of people that they are not liable for. So what does taxpayers' money also fund? It helps fund public services. We are talking about healthcare services, education, policing, and social welfare programs. There are also social grants that taxpayers' money fund to support low-income households, elderly, and people with disabilities. There are also development projects, initiatives to boost economic growth, job creation, and address inequality. And that does not only benefit South Africans. This is very sad and unfair at the same time for taxpayers of this country. That is why this amount of money, they will come after you when this money has tripled, doubled, whatever. It piles up and then they come after you that you own 5 million rands. Like, how did it pile up to this point? Are there no any notices or communication that is done between the SARS and taxpayers? Like, what is happening? I think there should be mandatory changes when it comes to SARS processes, because the amount that Bonang Matheba allegedly owns, it can't be an unpaid taxes of like 3 months. It can't amount to 7 million rands. Like, there should be changes of transparency and fairness, as well as notice and communication. Like, where is the communication between SARS and taxpayers? aren't they supposed to give you notices, communicate with you as a taxpayer? You didn't pay your tax this month, because you have to pay it every month. Like, don't they communicate? How come they leave an outstanding tax for like the longest time up until it piles up to R1,000,000? But good news is that, guys, you can dispute if you disagree with the amount. You can also lodge an objection within a specific time frame. It usually takes like 30 days where you can lodge or you complain within 30 days. And also good news is that as a taxpayer, you do have rights, like requesting reasons for assessment, assessing info, and appealing decisions. So I think that is also good news for taxpayers. But bottom line is, I honestly think that there is a lot of unfairness that is happening, especially to South Africans, especially to taxpayers, not just people who are well-known celebrities, but to taxpayers in general. I honestly think that they are being held liable for expenses that that are not concerning them. They don't use the roads alone. All people, everyone who's living in this country, we're all using the roads. But it's taxpayers' money that have to fund infrastructures of this country, projects of this country, developments, everything. Basically everything in this country, it has to be funded by taxpayers' money, and that is very sad. Now, guys, please do let me know what you think in the comment section, and I will see you on my next upload.